My name is Mathaz, and welcome back to a video. And I actually was kind of smart. This video is basically going to be about, I think about 5 or so reasons why the legendary Herobrine in Minecraft is fake. And I was kind of smart, and just to freak myself out a little bit, I turned off the lights in my room. So I'm going to get like chills going up my back, look behind me, nothing's there. Woo-hoo. You know, get freaked out a little bit. But that is okay. That's, but I do to myself sometimes. And basically, the first reason is that, everybody's heard of Herobrine. And if you haven't, for some reason, it's basically some sort of ghost that haunts Minecraft. They say it was Notch's dead brother. And there are 2 versions of him. One is the griefer. He'll blow up your house, steal stuff from your chest, and kill you. Then there's a stalker. He hides behind trees and fog. When you go to look to see if he's there, he's gone. Weird sounds play. You turn around, he's there, and disappears. Well, I'm about to give you the reasons why I think either version of him is fake. So let's jump right into it. The first one is that the game is rated E10 plus on Xbox and PS3. Now, so many little kids, like I've seen 3-year-olds play this game. And I mean, unless it's a bug, which I don't think he is, they wouldn't put something like that in the game just to scare like little kids. There's so many little kids that play this game. They would never put that in. Unless, on the other hand, people say he's a bug in the game that's impossible for them to remove. Well, you know what? You can try this yourself. On a Mac, it's very simple. Go into Finder, and then go to Go, hold down Alt, go to Library, Application Support, and, up there, you can go through the Minecraft code and all the code in the game and all the textures. If I'm actually looking at this right now, I'm bringing up a picture of all of the textures in Minecraft, if it'll ever load. Here we go. And looking at it, you see nothing that has to do with any kind of Herobrine. But these are just the block textures. You can look through animals, entities, mobs, all kinds of stuff. You find nothing named Herobrine. Now, some people say, well, they probably just named it something else. If you look through every single file, you see nothing with code that can make something teleport like that, except for an Enderman, or anything that can disappear, or anything like that. There's no code that supports that. In fact, it would be very, very hard to make code for that kind of stuff. Okay? There's another reason why I think he is fake. Also, just look up like Herobrine spawner. The first thing is, unless they're pretty good actors, they all have the most fake screams ever. They go like, "Ah, it's Herobrine! Ah!" Like for me, I go, "Whoa, what the?" And people just go, "Ah, he's coming!" Like, very, very sad screams. Also, some people, they just use mods. And in fact, people can use the custom NPCs mod. And this mod lets you create your own non-playing characters, kind of like villagers, that can kill you, and they can do whatever you want. You can name them and have them have people's skins, and people can choose the Herobrine skin. Also, a weird little fact, and it has to do with Xbox as well as PlayStation 3. As soon as they added the Herobrine skin, Herobrine sightings, I think they quadrupled. There were 1 or 2 before, and it was just people with a Steve skin, but they photoshopped it so they had white eyes. A couple of people did that. Then after they added the Herobrine skin, these videos were popping up all over YouTube. All over. Another thing people do is to make texture packs. So they make other mobs, such as zombies, look like Herobrine. Because he's got the sticky out arms. They make them just look just like Herobrine with texture packs. And you see that quite a lot too. Another thing is they have people invisible, and whenever they say, then he will spawn, the person invisible becomes uninvisible. In fact, I made a video like this with Healable 10. You guys can go watch it. It's called I Saw Herobrine, something like that. And at the end, just so we didn't get any hate, we said this is Healable 10. And a lot of videos are like that. And what I was saying is that he's not in the code, and you're saying, boo, what about Xbox? Well, you can get applications. I don't know if it's available for Mac, but I think on PC you can get an app called Horizon. This is how people mod Xbox 360 games. And that's how you have modded money in GTA. This is how Oprize, a YouTuber that makes mods for Minecraft Xbox 360, makes all of his mods. And it's not exactly modding the game by adding new things, but it's modding by using textures and stuff that are already in the game and exploiting them. So that's how in Grand Theft Auto they got the UFOs to spawn. There are already UFO textures in the game, but they just made them appear anywhere. That's how that works. That's also how people make mods in GTA, like the No Water mod. They just, you know, they can take some stuff out of the code, throw some stuff in the code, blah, 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 blah. But you can't completely really add new items unless you're working with PC. That's just a fact. And on Horizon, you can see every single file in the game. And again, you can look through it yourselves. There's no kind of code at all for Herobrine. Now, this is a little bit weird, but on Pocket Edition, it does sometimes kind of freak me out because every once in a while I'll see some weird stuff. Now, it might just be some guy screwing with me, but I might have accidentally placed netherrack or something, but one time I just found a piece of netherrack in the middle of nowhere. Now, I probably placed it, but in that game, you see a lot of videos on how to spawn Herobrine on Pocket Edition. And I find that a little bit weird. And the reason being is I've seen people with Herobrine mods on there, but they're extremely hard to get, at least on the iPhone. Now they're not as hard. People are starting to make mods for Minecraft Pocket Edition, but I think they're on Android devices, and I think there are only a few on iOS because people are still trying to work their way around some sort of barrier that Apple made. But yeah, there's like the Lucky Block mod, and there's all kinds of stuff. Now, with all these mods, we never see any new blocks, just old blocks with new features that, you know, they can do. So, you know, not exactly, it's still a mod because they're technically modifying the code, but not, you know, completely. They're not adding new stuff. But I saw about a year ago a very, very convincing Minecraft Pocket Edition Herobrine video. And in this video, the guy, he was, I don't know how to say it. He was kind of standing there, and then Herobrine pops out of nowhere. And you can't change your skin on Minecraft PE. That's the weird part. Now, basically, you know, it's a little bit weird, but with I don't even know what it's called anymore. With the moving on, I saw a very, very, very convincing Herobrine video on YouTube, and it was made by Pure Dominance, a YouTuber I'm sure most of you are very familiar with. Now, Pure Dominance, I'll try to leave it as a link in the description. Let me search for the video actually. Pure Dominance Herobrine. Now, basically, what happened in this video was basically, well, the Pure Dominance goes up. He starts off in his house. He goes over and walks next to his dogs and feeds them. And then he goes outside. Okay? He hears the door open. Goes over to see. Nothing there. Then, his dogs get set on fire. But strangely, only one of them. He looks around, doesn't see anything. Goes back outside. Starts doing stuff. Then he hears the door open again. He goes up to his bedroom, which is on the very, very top floor. He looks around up there, and as he turns around, he sees Herobrine standing next to a tree. And I can tell you exactly what was going on in this video, because Opraz, as I mentioned before, earlier, was he said, Pure Dominance asked me to tell you how I think he did this. And, you know, Opraz is a pretty smart guy, and this is what he figured out. He figured out in the beginning, here, I think I just brought up the video, so I'll explain what's going on right now. He's walking inside of his house. He goes in, hops up a ladder. Up here, he's got a couple of beds. He sleeps in the one in the middle. Waits for a while. Now it's morning. Looks in the chest, puts some stuff in there. Then he walks down to the second floor. Looks in another chest and grabs some beef. Then he goes all the way downstairs where his dogs are. He feeds the dogs the beef. He's feeding all 4 of them beef, and he's letting them breed. So now more dogs are appearing. And then he's telling all of the dogs to sit down, and he will soon make his way out of the dog pen. Alright, he's making his way out of the dog pen, and he goes back up to the second floor, which is kind of like the main level where the door is, puts the beef back in the chest, and goes outside. Over here, he's going to get some wheat from his farm. So he's punching some wheat, you know, just totally normally. Just punching some wheat. Then he hears some weird noises. He goes over by the sheep. There's a sheep right there. And he brings up, he brings up a little thing, the thing that says he's the only one in the game. So, yeah, that sounds a little bit strange because you're thinking, oh, well, Muftaz, it says he's the only one in the game. But we'll get into why this part is fake in just a sec. He goes back inside, goes down, and his dogs are on fire. Some of them are very close to dying, but they burn, they don't die. One of them may have died. I'm actually not sure. But, at least 2 of them have survived. He goes upstairs. That same sheep is kind of walking by the house again. And he goes over by his farm again. And looks at some trees, Everything's all normal. Then he stands still. And it cuts to another part where he's looking and he sees Herobrine standing under a tree. I will leave this video as a link in the description if you guys want. And I'm going to read what Opry says. Word for word. Hey everybody, Pure Dominance requested I provide my thoughts as to how this was done. So here's exactly how this was done. A second player with a Herobrine skin is invisible, has his arms set to his side, and is laying on one of the 3 beds on the top floor. Gamer tags are disabled, and so are death messages. Player has flint and steel in his hotbar, but not in his hand. Pure Dominance climbs the ladder and sleeps. At this point, all players are sleeping. This is why you do not see a message saying all players need to sleep, and then you gotta wait for the other players. So this was the first thing convincing you that he was the only person in the game. Pure Dominance opens 2 chests, just trying to make it look casual and stuff. And then he goes to his wolves and breeds them just to show there are wolves down there, and he's gonna foreshadow that something's gonna happen to the dogs. He goes to the wheat farm. The invisible player makes his way to the basement with the wolves. The invisible player opens and closes the fence gate to gain access to the wolves. Pure Dominance hears the fence gate, and we know this because you hear the sound, and he kind of starts walking into the house because he heard it. He goes over to investigate, and the invisible player uses the flint and steel to light the ground on fire. No sound is heard as flint and steel is the only way to spark a fire silently. This burns the wolf. Yet only one wolf is heard taking damage. Pure Dominant checks the multiplayer list to see the players online. The sheep is moving in front of him, so we know that there are no camera cuts. It appears that Pure Dominance is the only one online. However, this could be easily faked. A gray box the same color as the background can be placed over where the other player slot should be. We also confirmed that it was a box because at around 1:40, there's a slight discoloration at that player slot. The edges are bluish while the gray box is solid gray. The reason the edges are blue is because the original footage was encoded. Since the keyframe of the original footage at this point, it is sort of bluish. Blah, 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 blah. Just explaining why it was blue. Alright. Oh, and this is an edit how they got more information that it was fake. When the multiplayer list was opened, there's a slight fade in the page. I wonder why the fade is non-existent in Pure's video. It's because he edited it over the fade because the gray box was too noticeable during the fading. And, yeah, sorry, I just lost my place, kind of, stupidly. Un momento. Alright, 2 more wolves are ignited after he closes the fake multiplayer list. As Pure Dominance walks to the front door, we hear the fence gate again. This is the invisible player walking back upstairs. As Pure Dominance is putting out the fire, we hear the pressure plates and the front door opening and closing. This is the invisible player leaving. Also, the player had considerable time to turn off his invisibility. The invisible player then has 12 seconds to run a short distance to the tree. This is where we see Herobrine. When Pure Dominance exits his house, he immediately looks in that direction and tries to make it look like he didn't notice at first, when in reality, he was trying to make sure that you saw Herobrine. And then they're saying, why would he do something like this? To get views. People love a good Herobrine story. Blah, 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 blah. And, yeah, so you guys, I will have the link for this in the description. And, yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video about why Herobrine is fake. I'm not trying to, make people kind of sad, because I really like watching the Herobrine sighting videos. I think they're really funny to watch. And, so I like the whole concept of Herobrine. I'm not trying to be like, oh, never watch those videos again, blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to put a downer on all this. I'm just saying he's fake, but the videos are still really fun to watch. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. And, yeah, go check out Pure Dominance's video. The link will be in the description. First link, the first thing, And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.